Hey, YouTube! It's your favorite mega church cult survivor, Leah Lauder, and I'm live. It's your Black Marilyn Monroe. I'm live on TikTok, y'all, and I'm actually gonna go live on Instagram as well. I'm feeling great. I can't even lie. I'm feeling so good today, chair. I don't know what's happened. All right, let me go live. I think I might put a little filter on. Yes, baby. Let's go live on Insta, chair. Hey, Insta! It's your favorite mega church cult survivor, Leah Lauder. And I'm live on TikTok, and I'm live on YouTube. And I spent 18 years in a mega church cult, and now I come online and I expose them, and I expose their tactics. So I'm going to give you a couple of red flags and some quick hard facts to know if you're in a church or a cult, or if you've had an experience that is a church cult, to help you identify it. Also, you might have like loved ones, family members, or whatever that are in these settings. So I'm just going to give you a few. And this is me before. You guys can't see my before and after picture, but TikTok can. And I was just the MESS. I'm actually older now than I was there, chair. So that's what these church cults gonna do to you. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. If you're on here, please like up the live. To protect the space, because I have 8 accounts, and like they try and get me on off the live. That's on TikTok, especially if there's guys on here can just like it up for me. All right, thanks, babe. Thanks to all my kings. All right, so let's get into it. Some quick hard facts to know if you're in a church or a cult. We're going to be doing up some red flags. All right, so the first one is, this is some facts that you didn't know about church cults. People in cults often don't know that they're in a cult. That's the first one. Do you remember when that guy came, tried to back it for Karis? Like, look at me. I don't look like I'm in a cult. And we're just like, babe, like, what do people look like that are in cults? Could you tell us? Do you know what I mean? Because the main fact is that people that are in cults, they don't know they're in cults. That's the first one. Okay. Because the group rewrites reality slowly. Tiny rules become the new norm. All right. So they're literally introducing thought reform programs, transcendental belief systems. So they're literally rewiring your brain. If you're a guy in here and you're not liking up the live, can you just leave? I'd prefer it. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't like that energy. So if you're a guy and you're not liking the live, just come off. All right. Because it doesn't even cost anything to like the live. Oh, thanks, babe, for the roses. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Barnett. All right. So chronic high control. So that's another red flag. Oh, thanks, Salmon. Oh my God, I appreciate that, babe. This is my natural hair. I just thought, you know what? After Ginger Albino J coming out and like saying, oh, black gal and this and that, I just thought, you know what? Let me just embrace it. Let me just embrace the fro. Let me just have it out. Let me just, you know what I mean? This is it. And we're beautiful, because since that, I want to embrace my natural hair. I want to embrace the black queen that I am. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to be wearing my hair out a lot more. I'm going to be embracing the natural. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I love myself, and I love my black hair. All right. So chronic high control environments produce stress, and it changes in the brain. Oh, Salman, thank you so much. Thank you, Mayna. Mayna Congo said I look gorgeous. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Zalan, hey, oh, I love you guys. Honestly, this is why I've been able to be celibate for 2 years. Because I just love honestly, guys, I freaking love y'all. Guys, we're locked in for life. Guys, look, I did my nails. I've got a new hobby. So now I'm doing like nails. So guys, I think I'm going to do this on the side. So support your sis. I'm not like a pro, so I'll just be doing like practice ones, for now. So, oh, thank you. Sinead said I'm glowing. You guys are making me shy. Thank you, babe. I'm just trying to just embrace myself. I've got lovely friendships at the moment. I'm creating really beautiful friendships, and I just feel really fulfilled. And it's taken me a long place to realize that life's not all about money. It's not all about the things that you have. God's really stripped me back to just nature and loving self and appreciating just God's creation. And I'm just so happy. Thanks, Alan. Like you, babe. I'm just so happy. I'm just out of that place. I'm just out of the cult. Like I don't have to wake up on a Sunday and have to. Oh, Haynes, Haynes, you're my G. Oh, Salmon, don't. Thanks, babe. I wanna be loved by you, just you, Salmon, nobody else but you. Because I kind of think I'm like the Black Monroe. Delulu, This is the delusional space. You're happy and content. I love it. I'm trying. As you know, I've got BPD. So tomorrow I could be on here crying, saying that I want to delete myself, girl. It's just a roller coaster ride with me, Jail. We're just up and down, baby. We're up and down. All right. So they literally rewire in the brain because of the stress. Okay. And that's from the amygdala. So the amygdala function goes up, and then we've got the fear, the reactivity, we've got the prefrontal cortex, which goes down. So there's less critical thinking. They can't preempt danger. And that danger is not just physical. It's manipulation, it's narcissism, it's people trying to finesse you, trying to thief and take your money, yeah. And you know, my queens, you know how the hair gets. So when it starts frizzing out, chat, I'll be putting it up. I don't know how long this curl activator's gonna last, man. Oh, thanks, Salmon. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I really do appreciate you. Cognitive dissonance. So the cognitive dissonance locks people in. And once you've sacrificed time, you've sacrificed your money, your reputation, people's pensions are in these church cults, Jet. Like, that's what they're doing up, okay? You rationalize to avoid unbearable conflict. And also, my cult leader used to say things like, where are you going? If you calculate your tithe, or not the offerings, not the seeds, just your tithe, how much you've invested. Guys, I gave over 6 figures to this church cult. I gave over 6 figures. I came out with nothing because I also had to divorce my ex-husband. So I had to get a new property. I had to do up all of that. Absolutely traumatizing, just because they just rinsed me dry. I'm a person, like, I attract wealth, in it. Like, I'm very employable. I'm just a vibe. So I usually get promoted quickly. I'm offered higher positions, you know, like, and all of that. And I work with young people, and I'm very good at engaging them. So they just rinsed me dry. I was also on X Factor in 2007 in a girl band called Hope. And I came out, I was touring, I was just giving them all my money. So we were getting paid like 10 grand for performances, things. I was just giving it all to the church cult, because they indoctrinate you that if you can't, like, give your time and your energy and whatever, you have to sow your money, because if you can't go, then you can support the ministry. So that's what they did up to me. Okay. Trauma bonding. This is a huge one. This is a big one. This is the main reason why people end up getting trapped in these systems, especially with the pastors. You've got young gal them with core morbid traumatic past. They've been eaten out of the great bowl, SA, this, that, and the third. Then they're coming in, their pastor's barely 10 years older than them. There's blurred lines. They've never had a man show interest like them like that in their life. So now they've fallen in love with the pastor, but it's very skewed. So the women are like absolutely obsessed with the pastor, but the pastors are having emotional affairs with their members because they can't stand their wives. All right. So the trauma bonding, they form trauma bonds with their pastors. I had a trauma bond with my pastor. I felt like, oh my gosh, this is the first man that I've ever come across. He doesn't want me, you know, because I'm pretty or what he can get out of me. This is just pure unadulterated love. And I saw him like Jesus Christ. Okay. And my boyfriend had just been unalived in police custody as well. I was going out with GMs and like top shotters and things like that. So I'd lost my mind when I came in. So I kind of just replaced my boyfriend's unalivement with the pastor. I didn't even realize I adapted to self-centeredness because I was listening to them so much. Yeah, you take on the pseudo personality of the cult leader. So you become a narcissist. Lay your roof in the cup. You actually become a narcissist, girl. And that's why I was saying to you, I became a monster. Do you get it? I had to I was like, I couldn't recognize myself in the mirror. And I was like, who is this? I don't recognize myself. Oh, lay your roof. I love you. I was like, I don't recognize myself. Like, I remember that day in the pandemic, guys. It was the scariest feeling. I felt like I was losing myself. I don't really know how to experience. I don't really know how to explain it. It was quite an altered state that I was in. And I just came to this realization that it wasn't me anymore, but it was really scary. I was possessed. So a lot of people become possessed in there, and possessed is not the way you think about it, where like demons are like, but it's your mind that the cult leader colonizes your mind and imprisons your mind. So they take over your mind, and that is through indoctrination. Okay. So the intermittent reward plus punishment, it creates an addictive attachment that feels like love, or calling official pusher in the car. So, again, it's like they get you to have this attachment and you become totally reliant on them. Do you know what I mean? So I managed to stay celibate because I was speaking to my pastor till 1 a.m. in the morning. My pastor was staying back in the church until 2 a.m. counseling me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't need a man. I was doing everything for my pastor. He was calling me, giving me a shot. I was living for my pastor. You're right. I was obsessed. Oh my God, I was obsessed. Like he's just like the pastors, you see the mugs and all that, they just got all these beautiful young virgin women like all around them. Like just guys, I don't think you understand. Let me break this down for you, yeah. There's women in there that serve and worship their pastors more than their husbands. So I was doing more for my pastor than my actual husband. I was preparing his food, putting it, and it's not just like you serve it to him. You serve it to him like you're like some, I don't know, like you're like a royal Irvin. That's the vibe that it's giving. Do you know what I mean? So we serve him like, all the bottles have to have the have I got the toilet paper here to show you lot? Oh, that's a shame. But say like this is the bottle, yeah. We have to wrap the toilet paper. I know this is ghetto, but we'd have to wrap it like this, and then we'd put it all on the tray, and then we'd have to kind of like kneel a bit and like give him the drink. It's mad. Hey, cherry saucy pie. I was cleaning the office. I was doing everything. Man. I was doing everything. So it does. If them like to be in them positions, you got to have like a lot of like self-control, because the girls are literally throwing ourselves at them, but in a spiritual way. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can see that the lines become blurred and skewed. They spend more time with their assistants and the gal them in the church cult than they do with their wives. Child, that's all I'm gonna say. A lot of these mugs, yeah, they're in love with their assistants, because they got so much more in common. They could talk about anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they just don't have that connection with their wives. So love bombing. Intense early affection is grooming. It builds dependency fast. So they'll be all over you. They'll be like, it will be like flies on human fecal matter. That's what it's like when they go there. They just lambaste you. There's no understanding of like boundaries or like respecting people's personal space. You gal them in there are at MESS chair. You lot just don't have no chat for me. All right, isolation. Social, cultural, digital. All of this types of isolation. So, and it's where we could bring the information control into this as well, chair. Because right now they're going to be demonizing TikTok because I'm on here. Exposing up the church cult, and I will be for many years. Do you know what? I just hope that the Lord keeps my beauty intact, because it is a magnet. You know what they say, that's what they say in the cult, like your beauty is an anointing from God. It's a magnet, it attracts people. Use your beauty to bring the souls to Christ. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Do you know what the biggest enemy of religion is? A woman who knows herself. Do you know that? Like up the live, guys. Know thyself, ladies. Because once all the ladies start walking out there, it's all going to crumble, because it's going to be the men left in there, the patriarchal men. There's going to be no one to rule over. There's going to be no one to do all the hard labor. The women are the machines behind these religious institutions. We literally build. But women are we've built civilizations. We've built civilizations, and we always come and save mankind. Do you know what I mean? So they really do want to suppress. That's why I think the world's in the state that it is, because all the women that should be changing the world and doing all the, do you know what I mean? They're all stuck in there serving the porsters and the mugs. Do you know what I mean? Like in religious psychosis states, believing that they're, a mind altered. It's just religious psychosis shit. All right. Then we've got favoritism. I want to move this ever so slightly, but I'm scared it's gonna, because I've got it leaning. All right, favoritism and nepotism. The protection of leaders, even when they've eaten from the great bowl, when they essay women, they just brush it out of the brush it under the carpet. They also transfer the problem, so they transfer pastors to countries that where women are more vulnerable. Leaders promote family, loyalists, so dissent unalives quickly. So in cults you'll find there's a huge culture of loyalty and disloyalty and obedience and subservience, because they're colonizers. They do it very similar to slavery, and that's how they incorporated it. I've broken this all down. Do you know what I mean? I've unmasked it all. I've told them how their religion was brought to them. Take it or leave it, my love. But don't come on here and be telling people that have spent years deconstructing and deprogramming and going through facts and looking at all different types of things, but because you've been going to a church cult for 5 years and you're 21, and you think you're going to come in here and tell me about this, that, and the third. Birds are my favorite dinosaurs. But my child told me the other day that birds are like, the what's it like that? Because they're extinct, but that's like a type of the family of a bird. So, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You should give me a follow for that. And on my main account, Leah Lord 7 as well, because not a lot of people are, you know, that intellectual to be able to join the dots. And I just want to say that's from my 11-year-old child. Birds are dinosaurs. That's a good answer. Yes. And my favorite one is a magpie. Thank you so much. Eventually, I'm going to do up my garden. I'm going to put all crystals and shiny objects there so that I can attract the magpies, and I'm going to feed them and sing to them. Ah, 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 ah. I know you. I walked with you once upon a... I'm like a Disney princess. So yeah, I love birds. Everything nature. All right, so language control. So new jargon and shame words. So they've got things like strange woman, first love, do messy, forgive. So they sound like idiots, all right? So they sound like they're out of this world. They sound like aliens. Another thing with these church cult people, them, it's like they don't know popular culture because they're in a self-sealing bubble. Thank you, you too. And they don't mix with outsiders, but then they want to appeal to the world. So they're just copying things that they think is with it. So that it's almost like, yeah, bro, know thyself, because Corinthians, bruv, straight, it's mad. It's like they're speaking another language there. We can't understand them. Yeah. So when you're hearing that kind of thing, it's a cult. It's not a church. It's a cult, because we don't do that in churches. We speak normally. We act normally. You know, we're not isolated from society, chair. In it, 100, chair. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. Your mother. Haynes, are you around? Cherry Saucy Pie, I'm going to make you a mod, because I just feel like I just, are you a mod? Are you a mod? All right, I've added you as a mod, babe. Can you just give them a warm welcome like what Bev is doing right now? Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, I don't care what you think, babe. Go somewhere else and chat. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we don't care. We're on here deconstructing, babe. It's not that type of vibe. All right, so and then we've got narrow-minded thinking, black and white thinking. So we've got, you know, so they say things like unspiritual. They'll call you like the DEVIL. They'll call you ghetto. Do you know what I mean? If you're a bit like cultural, you might be Caribbean. You might be a different culture to them, and it's seen as ghetto. Backslidden. These become blunt instruments, like blank statements that they make to label people. Oh my gosh, someone says here, my sister is in a cult. Her prayer group meet every single day. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, when they're the most RADICAL, they're just locked away and praying. Like, babe, just engage with the content, all right? So nowadays, this is what I'm saying to people. Now is never a better time to get out of the cult. Do you know what I'm saying? That now it's the best chance. I'm not making any promises, but you know, in 2025, with all this information out, and when people start to have doubts, they'll go on the internet and they'll search, and this time they'll find me. They'll find me. When they divorce that setting, they'll find me, and they'll come and they'll expose them, chair. Because I'm just waiting for the survivors. This is why I deconstruct people, so that they can then feel confident enough to come and tell me their story, because I know everyone's business. I'm just waiting for the people them to come forward, especially from my culture. And I see the people, I know their stories, and I see them coming on. And I get so happy to see them come on and engage with my content and repost it. That's how I gauge it. This is my life. Do you know what I mean? I look at absolutely everything. I psychoanalyze everything. You know, it's not a rush. Like, life is, you know, it's full of cycles and journeys and divine timing and synchronicity, and it's all written in the stars. So I don't push for anything to happen. Everything happens at its perfect divine timing. When you release it and you give it to God, the universe, whatever resonates, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Because that's what life's about. Why should we stress? Just take what resonates and leave the rest, share. Get in your, and men as well, like, get into that feminine energy that just doesn't care, you know, we just leave it behind, because in there everything's and you know, that's just not what we're doing up. That's just not, we need to be in our feminine energy. We need to be relaxed. We're trying to deregulate, we're trying to regulate our nervous system. We're trying to heal. We're trying to just be in that very beautiful calm, you know, hey manifest, how are you? That's what we're doing up. Yes, I'm happy I found you. Expose it. I was in denial. I thought my sister was just religious. She's in a cult. I just saw it. So I know she hasn't seen it. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. You know, there's so many of these church cults as well. And they do prey on the young and vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you come from like a hyper religious past, you know, that's what you're used to. You're more susceptible to these type of environments. I'm great. Thank you. Feminine energy. Yeah, it's all about feminine energy, my love. Because look at me before. That's a mess. This is what you cheat on. This is what you treat like a doormat. This is a maid. This is a lave. This is a MESS. That's what this is. This is fabulous. This is feminine. This is the black Marilyn. I could get anything I want. Do you know what I mean? This is feminine. So when they're asking me about my bank account, you don't need to know what's in my bank account, babe, because my face card never declines. Do you understand? I can go to Mayfair and I can go in there and I just like this. All I have to do is go and sit at a bar like this and speak and say, oh, thank you so much. Oh, a drink. Why not? Don't play with me, babe. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to do that over her. Do you know what I mean? Like, babes, I am money. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So let's not do that. Someone posted on the cult subreddit today with a post titled First Love Church Cult or True Christian Group. Oh, I got to go and find it, yeah. I think First Love does what your average church won't do and evangelize. Oh, suck your mother. Suck your mother dry. You get me? You're getting. Oh, so you went to go and do the post, you little idiot. No one cares. The journalists have already collated the evidence that they need to collate from those Reddit channels. Dag is getting exposed. By next year, there's going to be back-to-back documentaries, you little idiot. You're getting put in timeout for 24 hours. Go sit down. I'm putting you in timeout like your mother should have put you in timeout. You get me? Some people should have just been swallowed up, man. All right. So we've got the language control, and then we've got the digital weaponizing. Okay, so hacked accounts. They've tried to hack my email multiple times, but you know I've got these Nigerian ninjas. Do you know what I mean? That are into IT. You know they love doing that contractual work. So they just gave me, like, you know, all the security bits that I'd have to pay loads of money for. They just did it for me. I just found a random guy on Snap, because I don't have a roster, but I can just go on Snap. So I just went on Snap and I just got one of these uncles. Okay. To come and sort it all out, and now it's absolutely fine. They can't hack in anymore. Yeah, I'm deluded, but also beautiful to the point of Mona Lisa, like artwork, because everything you see right here is natural, my love. And I've had absolutely no work, and I'm going to be 39 in January. All right, babe. So if you think I'm delusional, that's absolutely fine. But I'm not delulu, because the man them confirm what I know I am. The man them confirm it when I go outside in these streets. My child has banned me from going to certain, like, you know, like the pub places, like Weatherspoons and stuff, because the men just gawp like a celeb, and my children find it difficult to deal with such a MILF. All right. All right. Ooh, humble wise. He said, TD Jakes, have you ever been swallowed? Oh, don't try. Don't. Thanks, guys. You're beautiful too. Oh, you're so funny, because, you know, he's trying to say that TD Jakes is LGBTQ plus. No, you're actually funny. Oh, I removed him by accident. Oh, sorry, John Breen. Oh, let me take you out of timeout. Oh, sorry, babe. How do I take you out? Let me just put you in for 10 seconds and then you'll come out. Sorry, babe. You know, I get a lot of trolls on here. Chair. There's a lot going on YouTube as well. All right, just tell me what you're thinking. All right, so I need to go on the subreddit page. All right, babe. Send it to me on Instagram. I think I know who you are. Oh my God. They're calling me Delulu. But the reason why everybody's talking about church cults and talking about First Love is on the map, all the journalists want to know about First Love right now. That's the only cult they want to talk about because of all of my content. But I'm Delulu. And I've got it to a point where it's got like worldwide media attention now. Like everybody's talking about it, but I'm Delulu. I'm so Delulu that I've created my own reality, shifted timelines, and brought all of y'all with me like the laves that you are. All right. Oh, I know I'm not delusional pusher. Because even you will come and sort out what I need sorted out. And I've never met you a day in my life. Do you know what I mean? It's that the man them love me. Like if I call Pusher and I need help, Pusher's going to help me. Do you understand what I'm saying? The man them love me. Like the real G's love me. Are you all right? Like, let's not do that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I'm a hood princess. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the hood man them love me. Do you understand that? Like if I call crying, like my ex, like the OG, and say, baby, I need $2,000. Like I can't do Christmas this year. That's gonna get. Is that it? Is that all you need? He's gonna transfer it in my account right now. So I don't know what you're saying. Like, babes, I'm in my feminine energy. I don't care. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you could call me delusional, but baby, I don't care because I know what my life is. You lot are just upset because you have to work. You have to lave it out. I don't. All right. Okay. So we've got the cults exploit existing institutions, so churches, charities, therapy, to look legitimate. Like that's the thing they want to hide in plain sight. They're like they think they're gangsters, and I don't want to give them that title, but they're like Oh, I don't know. They're any RDSs. Do you know what I mean? Trying to be gangsters, like they're like mafia in cosplay. Because remember that they're supposed to be like serving God. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like you see me coming and drawing them out because they're so EVIL. They cover everything with like hyper religiosity. So I've been drawing them out so that their true selves would show, and it has. It has. I've exposed so much of them. They can't help themselves but talk about me because they're too proud. And the thing is, they're acting like they don't care, but it's affecting their attendance. It's affecting their income. It's affecting their recruitment, and the recruitment is the lifeblood of the cult. So they all care about me. I'm the center of attention in the mega church cult world. They've never had anything like this happen. I'm the talk of the town, because they're like in there. It's boring. There's nothing going on. So in their spare time, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, have you seen Leo on TikTok? Have you seen?" You are obsessed, babe. They've indoctrinated you to be that way. That's why you're on here, fanning it out. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Like, I'm not coming on and watching you. The only time I'm watching your brother and your mug is to expose them, child. Why are you here? And then you're getting more frustrated because I look younger than you. It's okay. I'm on your side. I removed the post. I got your back. All right. Yeah, remove anything on there, babe, that's trying to defend Dagu and Mills, because we're not doing that up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want anything about Dag on there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And everybody, anyway, I need to go Ghana. That's where I need to go. I need to go and make some powerful political connections. Dag's lucky that I got kids, share. Because I would have gone Ghana and I would have found whoever it is in control, even if I have to be the mistress. You know, the mistress has got more power, chair. The mistresses have got more power over the wives because they got the coochie. Yes, they are NERDSs. When they try to dress up, they look like immigrant kids on Mufti Day. Oh my God, Humble Wise is really funny. I love your, like, you know, like the way you use words and stuff. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I want to ride it, baby. I want to ride. No one cares, babe. I'm beautiful. Do you not understand? Like pretty girls, like I don't have any problems, babe. I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't care. Do they not get it? Like I don't care, babe. Oh, I might go to that little pub down the road to get some free food and drinks in a minute. All right. So why they target certain people? They just hate because, like, it just is what it is, isn't it? You wanted to be a pick-me, babe. Don't be angry. All right, so let's look into why they target certain people. So young people, this is the first one on their list. Young people and children, kids. So their identity is still forming. Their social belonging is powerful. They don't know who they are. So these settings give them a sense of belonging. As we look at Maslow's hierarchy needs, yeah, everybody needs that, a sense of belonging, okay? And that's what they create, like a counterfeit community. And that's the reason why most people stay. It's for the social. Like I've got moles in my old church cult, and they've been there for years and years, and they're just staying in there because they got kids at that awkward age in transition of secondary school. All of their friends are there, so they don't want to, you know, mess up that stability for them. Oh, thank you, informers. Your natural hair is nice. Thank you, Caribbean Nigerian girl. People with trauma, including actual SA survivors, they're offered healing and purpose, so they're easy to groom. All right. So people that have comorbid SA pass, great pass. It's my queen, Lizzie. We don't care. Not only are you beautiful, you are fresh. It's your freshness that gets to them. Oh, Humble Wise, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, this is why I come on YouTube, because I do love y'all. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The community that guys, I'm gonna be setting up the Collective University YouTube channel soon, so make sure you follow that, because it's just going to be like all of the modules and all the different content creators that are part of the Collective University that we're going to be starting up in January. So make sure that you all subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get all of the updates and the information on there. Okay. All right, so we know that SA victims, and again, guys, this is the same pattern that we're seeing. There's a lot of women, women are telling me that they're walking into these church cult spaces and they're being greeted by their preds before coming into the church cult. So again, we see people like Steps who, 10 plus women came forward with allegations of SA rape, etc. And the thing is, these type of preds are going into these spaces, they're climbing up the ladder, they're becoming pastors. And then that's why we're seeing women getting raped and getting ABUSE'd, and there's inappropriate behavior and blurred lines, etc. Because these men with schmegs addictions, it's not getting sorted out. They're just putting a bandage over the trauma. Do you know what I mean? And in these spaces, they flourish because they're a man, and what pred, misogynistic, patriarchal, ideologies, of course they're going to get elevated in these environments really quickly. Okay, all right, I've read that one. Okay, all right, other people that are at great risk, that are targets, are neurodivergent people. Okay, literal thinking. So desire for routine. So we know that people with neurodivergence desire the routine. And they get used to routine. So they don't like things changing. So when it does change, it will trigger them. They can become unbalanced. Cherry pie! Wagwan! When Lucia's on, I don't need to worry about the comments. When Lucia or Ines is on, I don't need to worry. Yeah. I can see that the singing voice is getting to them. I can see they're jealous. That's why I believe God gave me the singing voice, just that extra sprinkle. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my beautiful cherry pie. Happy birthday to you. I love you, cherry pie. You're as sweet as a cherry pie. I love you. Hey, Mo. Welcome. I love you, babe. Happy birthday, cherry pie. Spoil yourself. I know you're going to look like an absolute queen. All right. So neurodivergent people, again, they have literal thinking, guys. So they take what they're saying as literal, and we all know that they're liars and thieves. All right. So also the desire for routine. Once they get in that routine, it's going to be very hard. That's another reason, because I'm neurodivergent. So I think it was the routine, like being there for 18 years and my craving for stability, my dad not being around, having those structures in place. You know, I've really reflected on this. Or craving clear rules can make group promises appealing. So also masking social differences. So they love bomb. There's certain neurodivergent people where they're not even able to make like real friendships, and they come in and they love bomb and they lie to them, and they create like a fake community where they're just using them. They don't even like them or vibe with them, but it's just they're the bread and butter of these church cults, because they see them as like not having any lives, especially people with mental health, like vulnerable adults. They'll go and pick them up from their house. They'll go and pick up the people that sit in McDonald's all day, because all they're doing is they buy their little McDonald's and they sit in McDonald's all day. That's all they can afford. All the people with like the vulnerable adults with disabilities, those are the people that you'll find in these church cults, because they're absolutely desperate. It's about bums on seats. Hey Layla, thank you, my queen. I DM'd you, message went free. All right, babe. Yeah, so that's what they do up. All right, you're welcome. That's what all you lot do. That's all y'all do. Especially RPF, you love to have the most vulnerable in there, because you're going to go and get your little guys that borrow money off their mum to put petrol in their tank as single married men. And then they're going to go and pick up the members, aren't they? I've had Caris family members tell me that the men in there are broke. They're asking their mum to borrow them money for petrol to bus to get the people, because they've got a ministry that take people around. That's what's going on. The family members are hitting me up and telling me that they're having to borrow their man child, their big grown-ass adult money, because all of the money's going to the church. All right, my loves? So lonely or economically vulnerable people, the group feels practical and emotional needs. So rejects of society. You've got a lot of these uncles that, you know, they're not the most educated, they're low earners, they have like these jobs, and they've got these egos the size of Africa. So when they come into these settings, they're no one's on the outside, and then they exert that, and they project their insecurities, the grandiose ideologies of themselves. So you're calling me Delulu, but chair, there's no one more delusional than these mogs and these brothers. You know what I mean? These uncles, or the uncles in Woolwich, on top of the shops, on top of the Chinese takeaways. There's no one more Delulu than them. I guess I learned from the best, eh? All right. Subtle tactics to call out. All right. So thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Public confession used as surveillance and leverage. So when you see them getting like a young girl to come and confess her sins because now she's pregnant out of wedlock, or you get a young couple's coming up to the altar, and that is just that psychological scarring. That's what that is. And the woman internalizes. Do you know how many women I've spoken to that have had babies out of wedlock in these church cults, and they have had postnatal depression? They haven't been able to love their child, because it's like, to them, like psychologically, it's like a daily reminder of their sin. I don't think you understand how deep this is, guys. There's a lot to unpack. So these types of like public confession, public humiliation, labeling, like this, that, and the fact, this is very damaging rhetoric to the psyche. It gets into your subconscious psyche and it breaks you down. Okay? To the point where you become a shell of yourself. You don't know who you are anymore, and you lose a sense of reality and of control. to the point where you don't know who you are. You become, it's like you're on autopilot, okay? And it makes it so hard for people to ABUSE women like this, okay? So hard truth rhetoric, moral blackmail. So again, remember we saw that N6 influencer that's from Karis saying they give you hard truths. It's not like a Jesus loves you. You know, bro, you got to be disciplined. Like, you know, bro, you feel me? You feel me? And that's all just a mask for them being doing up heavy shepherding, abusing the kids. Again, what you'll see with these man like Steps, N6, these people, even that, what's that guy, that Kai guy, you know, the big YouTuber, they all come from like African homes, these hyper religious homes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even if they are more on the whitey side or more of the whatever, that they've got those cultural fit, they've got it deep rooted into the subconscious psyche. Do you understand? So it doesn't exempt someone because they're an influencer. The common denominator here is trauma, and also it's their susceptibility. So if they are, you know, come from a Black African demographic, you know, they are going to be more susceptible to these BLK church cults because, you know, the pastor moves just like daddy. Yeah, Kai Sennett, the pastor moves. Thank you, my love. No, not Kai Sennett. What's the British, the Prime guy, the guy who created the Prime? But Kai Sennett also, JR. What's the guy that created KSI? KS1? Guys, I was in a cult for 18 years. I don't know who anyone is. KSI. Yeah, okay. I don't know who anyone is, JR. Okay. But men tell me that it's cute. When I first came out of the cult and I was like outside and stuff, I didn't know who anyone was. I didn't know I was sitting on like 10 grand tables and stuff like that. And I was like, this is squashed, you know, not wanting to go there. It's like, because I didn't know, Jer. Oh my God, I did my big one. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, KSI. All right, so we've also got incremental boundary crossing. So small asks lead to big asks, okay? And they're very sadistic. So they get like Bishop Richard, he used to get like a kick out of seeing how far he could go, how far he could push the young people, how far he could get in like breaking them down. Like there's survivors who have been told that they were damaged goods, and that is still something that taunts them to this day. Like I'm talking about, they're big people now, married, whatever, and they're saying, Leah, I can't even talk about this because I'm so scarred from just like the psychological ABUSE, and my heart goes out to them. And these are the first lovers, so they built the first love church cult. Like what you see today, the only original ones in there, I think it's just Dan at this point, Mother Dianara. But all of the ones who built it, who were getting on the number 12 bus from Peckham to go to Oxford Street when they had their first venue in there, before a lot of the young people who want to try and come on and tell me something about first love, nobody can tell me nothing, babe. Because I had been in the church cult for a good 8 years when they started First Love. And then they took the young people, yeah, and they went to go and start up the church cult. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Not a day in our lives, all right? When Bishop Richard was grooming the young people with Nando's and whatnot, I saw it. I was there. All right, so the small arcs then lead to big arcs. Another example I have is of a Carish church member who was using her spare room that was supposed to be for her child to store the instruments. Because as you know, Caris is a church on wheels, and these mogs, yeah, they'll do anything to, because their whole aim is to like spend zero, so they get like 1,000%, you know, like what's it called when they profit. So a lot of them are just used to selling invisible blessings. Do you get it? So they're just thieves. So the little asks lead to big asks. Thank you, Black Ghost. So to the point where the girl was not, you know, giving her child their room, which they're entitled to, because as you know, they're a church cult on wheels, so they don't have a venue. So they're using members. Do you see how the members start to get exploited? Because now they're using the members. I just don't know why I look lopsided on the YouTube chat. It's just so the members start to use their spare room, which is supposed to be for their child, to store equipment. All right, because that's how indoctrinated they are. The small arcs lead to big arcs, and they also indoctrinate you to volunteer. So you'll think it's bounded choice. They're indoctrinating you to think a certain way. So the way that they've programmed you, you're going to offer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're so radicalized. Do you get what I'm saying? You will do absolutely anything for the mog. Do you get it? So they're not telling you, like a girl said to me today. Oh, she asked me something, a journalist, about my marriage. There was something she asked you. Oh yeah, she said, did they tell you? I can't remember what it was, but I was like, no, it's unspoken laws and rules. They didn't tell me outright, do not do this, thou shalt not. But behind closed doors, like how they speak, you just know there's the fair-based programming where you know if you do A plus B, you're going to get Z. You're going to be labeled as disloyal, and there is going to be consequences. There is consequences for everybody's actions because the cult leaders do not take accountability. So the accountability is always projected onto the cult leaders. So now we see that these cult leaders are being exposed for being thieves, for being liars, for being abusers, whatever, and they're still putting the accountability onto the church cult members. It's because, you know, or they're saying we're experiencing persecution. So they go into apocalyptic, very like Armageddon, very fair based, a lot of HER, a lot of DEVIR, a lot of the world is ending. That's the rhetoric that they're spewing at the moment, that the world is ending. And they've got these people in like extreme religious psychotic states. Yes, many years ago, a pastor wanted to use my flat for prayer meeting. I disappeared like a ghost. They do that a lot. Why do you want to come on? Put in the comments why you want to come on. Yeah, they do that a lot. Oh my gosh, look at how I'm looking on Instagram, Chair. Let me fix up a bit. Wait, 1 second, guys. I got to fix up, but I don't want to BT get it. All right, okay, that's all right. You need to say what you want to come and say in my life. It's not that easy. I know you're used to easy, yell them, but on here, energy is expensive. Do you know what I mean? I know who I am. I'm a goddess, so you can't just come on the live like that. Unfortunately, not anybody can come into my energy. So you've got to. I'm not cheap. All right, my love. So you've got to put in the comments what you want to come and say. And then if I, based off that answer, and the energy I'm already picking up on you, it na make it. You get me? Fix up, look sharp. Oh my gosh, we should put on a little bit of garage, innit? Let's put on a little bit Aussie B. You get me? Oi! Let me see. Oi, Aussie B. No, that was more Fire Crew, innit? All right. So then we've got spiritual, ethical double binds. If you leave, you prove you were never saved. If you stay, you prove your loyalty. So I felt like I had a lot to prove. Coming from the world, like having ex-GMs as my man and things like that. I felt like I really had to prove to them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go back to the world. I'm not worldly. Like I'm really sold out for Jesus Christ. And it's also manipulation. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a lot of manipulation that they do up in their chair. So again, that's why psychologically you need to get out of it. If you go and church cult hop to somewhere else, like you haven't deconstructed, because you need to give yourself time to be able to say no, to not be a walk all over. And a lot of you lot need to deal with a lot of deep trauma and shadows. You're just going to these church cults because you want to put a bandage over the trauma. Also, they don't know what to do with themselves. Like, what do they do on a Sunday? They have to, it's the ritualistic magic that's on it. That's a ritual. Like them feeling like they need to do. It's slavery. It's deep, like it's in our epigenetics. Do you understand what I'm saying? The trauma that we carry. Oi. Like, who's that Ollie for me? Uh-oh. You know, I went to my cousin's private party last year, yeah. And you know, like the West gal them, oh my God, we're just like the original garage heads, like when it comes to funky house, whatever, West and East London, innit? So anyway, like we were in the rave, yeah, and me and her were proper doing up. You know, like we were 15, like proper like out of it, like drunk. We were like sweating, like doing that. It was so funny. I felt like I was 15 again. She was a vibe. She was an absolute. She would have been hating on me back in the day, but because we're adults, you know, we were just vibing. All right. Quick red flags for insiders and friends. Questions are punished. Obedience is rewarded. Leaders are immune from criticism, so they don't want people to challenge them or have criticism or anything like that, because that causes a narcissistic injury to the cult leader. Okay, they don't want narcissistic injuries, so guys, I heard my cult leader saying that Jesus, it was a dictatorship. Thanks, Miss CHM, I love you. Jesus was never Jesus was a rebel, babe. Like Jesus was out here breaking down like social systems and the imperial orders of that time. Let's not do that, chair. Oi. Jesus Christ was a gangster. You're all right. Christ did not have it. He came to bruck everything up, flipping tables in the temple. My man was radical to the point of unalivement on the cross. Like that's how radical my man was. That's how serious he was about the thing. Are you all right? Do you get me? They've tried to put, it's a lie, like that Jesus Christ. Oh, I fancy McDonald's, guys. I'm gonna go and take a break after this and get myself some Mackie D's. I just don't care. I know they hate to see me come in because I don't care, babe. I'm fabulous. I'm beautiful. Pretty girls are never lonely. I don't care. Hands. I love you, Hannah, the love of my life. My baby. Are you okay? family culture framed as inferior. So again, they replace the family dynamic. All right, they'll sell it to you like a family, and really, you see, like if you're like an orphan, or you've got, like, you know, your mum unalived young, or you didn't have your parents growing up, it will be very hard for you to get out of these institutions, because they create like this family thing. And these kind of people, they form like codependent like relationships with random people, like in these church cult spaces, because they don't have any family. So you're even more vulnerable. So what I would say to people like that is keep your backside in your yard, because you're going to be extremely vulnerable. You need to go and do the therapy. Oh God, but do you know what? I get it though, because they don't have any identity. Do you get it? Like being an orphan, not knowing their parents, their identity is being in the born again Christian. Do you understand? So for a lot of people, they would just completely lose their mind. Not a lot of people can handle that. But if you have done that deconstruction, I rate you. Like, that is blood clot impressive. I'm not gonna lie, because it's hard for people. Not many people that come from that type of background can survive outside of the church cult space. I'll be honest. They end up church cult hopping for years and years. And usually what happens to these type of individuals, especially if they're females, they end up marrying toxic masculine guy who covers it with like hyper religiosity, because they're so vulnerable, and also their amygdala prefrontal cortex is completely cut off, so they can't determine like a pred. They don't have that experience, because they're like in a bubble. They're in such a cognitive dissonant state. And usually, unfortunately, it's women like Osinachi. It takes her husband unaliving her, or them to be like in really abusive like marriages or whatever, for them to wake up, unfortunately. That's usually the story, okay? Because it takes like second geners and orphans and people who haven't had that family dynamic to realize it a lot longer, because of like they may not be able to manage it in their psyche. So it has to happen over a longer period of time. They have to go through many different transformations and rebirths, and many different realizations about self. Sometimes they never come to that realization, because these dangerous ideologies and their desperation for that sense of belonging, through not dealing with the trauma and being in these spaces where they are at great risk of becoming, a punching bag for a man, and, just being an abuser. Unfortunately, they'd rather sit and listen to a money grabbing porster than coming on and listening to me. I literally can help them to protect themselves. It's so sad. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different vulnerable characteristics, but I'm noticing a pattern of a lot of survivors who have had parents that have unalived young, or parents that were like not in their lives, or some sort of situation where they were raised by an auntie, or their care experienced survivors. They do not get out of these church cult spaces. Every survivor that I know that has been care experienced, so been in foster care, been in the care system, had parents unalive young, or had one parent unalive young, was raised by other family members, I've only known of one survivor that I know that's come out of that in this whole time. I've only known of one survivor, and that's because she's comes from like a spiritual lineage, so that's how she was able. But they end up in like RPF, like they've been to all the church, they've church cult hopped everywhere, or they end up in these like these very fake, superficial, like they're almost like multicultural church cults, like the whitey type of churches. Do you know what I mean? Because they have no identity. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they don't even want to unpack slavery. They're just so confused. They have no identity. Does that make sense? So people who are orphans or don't have family outside, and I'm going to do a piece on this, they're actually more susceptible and more vulnerable than second gen members, because they had no identity within like a family parental dynamic. They don't know where they come from. So there's that extra layer. It's deep. Yes, their brain protects them by suppressing the trauma while still being controlled by the trauma. Yeah. And they'd rather give someone else a remote control to their life because they don't want to deal with it. And these are hard truths. So I get it. I get why there's some survivors that don't engage with my content, because not everyone's ready, guys. That's why I don't reach out to survivors. I don't pressure survivors. I don't call them. Do you understand? Because you're going to get straight facts with me. It's going to be the truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm fact checking myself all the time. Like, one of my other realizations that I had to come to when Ginger Albino J started talking about Black women, I had to really deconstruct like that. Like there is a certain privilege I have. Do you know what I mean? With my hair, me having, when I did my DNA test, being 47% whitey, like, because my ancestors were actually exploited through the slave trade. They were sold like you understand, like ex workers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason that I'm this color and I have this hair. And do you understand what I'm saying? So I had to deconstruct from that, and the epigenetics, like the trauma that I carry, the self-fulfilling prophecy from my ancestors, most likely being the ones in the house getting graped and being the masters, schmegs toy and fantasy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But then I also carry the trauma from my ancestors that were picking in the cotton fields. Do you understand? So I've had to unpack that and say, you know, because of colorism and because of, you know, the colorist privilege that we have within our Black community, you know, through the social constructs that the colonizer has created through slavery, through being like the house girl. These are the things that I've had to deconstruct in my quiet time. So I don't come on and talk about the things I'm deconstructing and reflecting because I chat a lot. But trust me, behind closed doors and in my quiet time, I'm checking myself daily. Because if a gal comes and says to me, Leah, this, that, and that, I've got to say, yeah, I do accept that. I accept that. I acknowledge that. I'm aware of that. Yes, absolutely. But I'm going to give you a rebuttal and tell you why you don't love yourself. And it's actually not about color and it's a social construct anyway, but we'll talk about it because intersectionality does exist. And it is a very real concept because perhaps I might get the job because my name's Leah Lauder on paper and your name's Adjoa Kofi Bayoni or whatever. I've got to acknowledge that. I've got to acknowledge that, you know, you are going to experience intersectionality and discrimination at different levels just because of the name that you carry. But I do have my African surname from marriage still at the moment. And okay, YouTube says, I am a care leaver. As a child, I lived with every auntie in my family. Oh, the cult my sister is in couldn't track me because I hate fakeness. I sniff deceit out. Okay. So that's probably a gift that you have, my love. You're probably a seer or you've got some sort of, because that's a gift. Because it is hard to detect. There's a lot of witchcraft involved in this and black magic. So if you're like that out of all of your siblings, you've definitely got a gift. So you should look into spiritual giftings and really, because that's what I'm starting to do now, like really kind of rebuilding myself and getting to know myself and, you know, having hobbies, like doing the nails now. This is going to be my saving grace because this takes hours. And it's a focus. Miss Blacklisted in the cut. It's a focus for me to like focus on something with my ADHD brain. So it's absolutely fantastic. So guys, know yourself. You've got to unpack that. You might be neurodivergent, and by neurodivergent I mean having spiritual gifts, being spiritually gifted, because that's what I believe neurodivergent people are. Because I'm neurodivergent. If you're neurodivergent, you're the best. You know what I mean? Because babe, God wouldn't have made me like this if it didn't mean that I was the best. So now I'm going to become this like neurodivergent advocate because we're fabulous. We think in different. We're geniuses actually. We have spiritual gifts. They've tried to demonize us. I think it's to do with the government, the elites, for whatever reason. But anyway, we're back like we never left. And so if you are neurodivergent, like this is where it's at. Don't feel no type of way. Like the neurodivergent baddies always get the rich guys as well. So don't worry, my loves. Love you. All right, so I'm going to give you just a few more red flags. And then are you guys going to come back for part 2? Yes, I have started studying IFA, not practicing, but studying. Yeah. Thank you for the gifts. Yeah. And humble wise, that's what it's about. I had a second gen survivor who said to me, Leah, I'm feeling a call to like, what's that goddess that they say Beyonce wear? Is it Arisha, the yellow one? And she was saying to me, you know, I'm so scared of like exploring African spirituality because she feels a pull towards it. And I said, at the end of the day, babe, when you're in a situation where you feel like you're going to delete yourself every day and you're going mad and you can't even gather your thoughts, you got to do what you got to do. So whatever you're feeling, the pull towards whatever, it doesn't mean you have to start worshipping Oshun, but just go and just explore it. It's not EVIL. We've looked at how they've demonized the African spirituality. Set your blood clot self free, man. Go with whatever you want. That's what I say. Go where the wind takes you. Go where the wind leads you. Go with self from within, from the water of your soul, and follow the river, the tributary, to where that leads self. That's what I say. You know, you've got to do it. How will you ever know? If you don't like knowledge and information, it's out there and everything is connected. You find connections and crossovers and everything, especially African spirituality. Again, I don't practice it. But again, you know, there's things within that resonate with me. Do you know what I mean? With my spiritual practices that I think are within me from my ancestors. So I don't say that I'm practicing African spirituality per se. It's just I might practice something from within and find out, oh my gosh, that's like African spirituality. So for example, I saw with some of the hoodoo practices, you know, they rub cream on the child's face and that's supposed to be like a protection. And they was like, that's where it comes from. You know, when your mum would like rub your face, like, you know, as a BLK people, like we do that. And I said, wow, that's amazing. So now when I'm rubbing my kids' face and stuff with the oils and the creams, I do put that in. I have that intention in my mind that I'm protecting my kids. I'm covering them. And again, that's just something that I've incorporated because from a mother's love lens, I think that's beautiful. And in terms of the wisdom that our ancestors carried, I love that. So again, I would say I'm practicing hoodoo, but there are certain, you know, things. And again, like when you look at like the Buddhists and the monks, and again I wouldn't convert to Buddhism or whatever, because again I do think that's religion and whatever, but I will take, you know, like the meditation, you know, the balancing, the grounding, the peace, the you know, the way they balance stones, and the connection with water, and you know, the contentment, their contentment, and the way that they could just, you know, just sustain themselves of nature and the earth, and you know, do you get what I'm saying? Like their humility, the way that they are humble. So there's different elements from various different, you know, religions, and you know, ancient spiritual knowledge and practice that I just incorporate, and whatever resonates with me, whatever I feel within. So all the stuff around like goddesses and where that really resonates with me, because I see myself as a goddess even before I knew that they destroyed the goddess temples and this, that, and the third. Hey, Queen Ange. So when I came to find that they've silenced the voices, there's like this, there's this matriarchal lens of Christianity through the silenced voices, like you know, Mary Magdalene. We've got the esoteric texts like Sophia, etc. There's been a lot of voices that have been silenced, and then it comes to the nooks and crooks of, oh well, actually that doesn't resonate with me with Eve. But then when you go into the other esoteric texts, you know, is it Sophia or whatever that might resonate with you more, and then you start to unpack it a little bit more, and you look into the metaphysical dimensions of it. A woman cannot be silenced or her light be dimmed once you know your power. We are literally the portal for this dimension, this planet. No one can enter this planet unless through a woman's vagina, and that's on period, point blank. So no one's gonna make me feel less than or try and come and humble me or make, because babe, I'm a goddess. This is a portal. Do you understand? The Egyptians were worshipping us back in the day. So I'm not, I don't go, I'm not expecting anything less. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're not willing to worship me like a goddess, that's fine. Because that's how I see myself. I give myself rose baths. I indulge my skin with oils and creams. I feed myself with goodness. I love on myself. I am a goddess. I see myself like that, and I treat myself as such. So if you're coming into my energy, you're coming into that energy, you're going to get treated like a god. Like, do you understand? Like a king, like the king that you are. So at the end of the day, if you're not willing to match that energy, bye-bye. Because I'm loving on myself. I'm having my rose baths. I'm content. I'll do my nails, babe. That'll sort me for the rest of the week. Hey, afternoon, queen. So I'm not interested. If that's fine. You could call me Delulu. That I'm gonna get a man to worship me. Have you seen how I look? I don't care. I don't care. I'll get an old whitey man or an uncle, and then I'll be worshipped. I don't care, babe. Do you know what I mean? Like, call me Delulu, but in my reality, is they are. Don't, like, let's not do that, baby. Let's not do that, because it's very easy for me. Men are easy, my love. All right? Anyone can get a man. Yeah. When you're beautiful, that's when you can control them and seduce them and enchant them and whatever. And that's why they hate HATE. That's why there's misogynists, because they hate HATE, the power that a beautiful woman who has mastered the art of like dark psychology, male psychology, understands the psychology of men and how they work. That's what they hate HATE, because they all think with their banana bowl, and they hate HATE that we have that power. That's on period, point blank. I'm out there road rage all the time. I'm cussing them. Then they see me sitting in my car. I'm wearing my little belly top and my shorts, and they just stop because they don't know what to do. Our femininity is our power. We are not the weaker vessel. That's the lie they've told us. We're actually the stronger vessel, because we don't need to be strong. With our femininity, with the battering of the eyelids, we get what we want. Are you all right? Thanks, Ange. And that's what I'm learning, to be more in my feminine energy now. Like, I'm not shouting outside, innit? I'm just going to cry. If you ABUSE me in these streets, I'm just going to cry and call the police. I don't have time for it. I'll cuss you out and then I'll cry and call the police. I'm not doing that. There's nothing in this world that I wouldn't do. Yeah. If I could be your girl. If I could be your girl. I know they're hating. All right, guys, let me give you a few, because I want to go and get my Mackie D's and go and sit in the sun and just enjoy myself, and just, you know, like even Mackie D's, like just go to Mackie D's, sit outside in the sun, get some vitamin D, let my hair get a bit of the sunlight, you know, get my skin, and just sit down and have a lovely little cheeseburger with some fries. And I might get myself a little special drink. Ooh, I'm gonna get myself one of them, you know, them cocktail bomb things. Oh, Shah, did you get my message, Queen? Welcome, Shanti. Yeah, girl, I'm crying and calling the police. That's the advice my mum gave me the other day. She said, why are you getting so angry, my love? You're very beautiful. She said, just cry and call the police. That's all you have to do, sweetheart. Any money, the milkshake machine is broken. Ah! Oh my God, you are my you are my soul tribe. I tell you why. Because anybody that knows that the milkshake and the ice cream machine is never working in McDonald's, you are an avid McDonald's buyer. But I don't support who they support. Free up Palestine in the car. I have to say that, chair. Do you know what I mean? Because guys, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could stop eating McDonald's, but this just isn't the season for me. And I'm not trying to HOE myself out. I don't sell my coochie. Do you know what I mean? So I'm in a tight financial spot at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I've had to like live off my savings. There's been a lot that's been going in. So I did, I have to have McDonald's. If I don't have McDonald's, what am I gonna do? All right, but just know that I stand with them and my heart is with that nation. All right, I'm going to quickly give you a few more. So money and time is demanded with vague accountancy. So there's no accountability and there's no there's no transparency. If there's a lack of transparency and accountability with the finances, they should be having meetings with the church. You're giving them like 3 bills, like 2 bills, like 5 bills, 6 bills a month. You're giving them thousands of pounds. Shouldn't you have a say as to where that money's going, what it's being spent on? It's a partnership. Why are they expecting you to give all your money, and then when it comes to how that money's being spent and where it's being accounted for and the books and all, they don't want to discuss it with you? Are you all right? Come on, you lot. You got to use your common sense, man. They're robbing you blind. Yet at my old job, a bland skin lady tried to comfort me. I started crying and had the department director comforting me. Yeah, and then you go to HR, babe. Do you know what I mean? And then you go to your doctor and you tell them that you're traumatized. That's psychological trauma. Yeah. Don't play with me. I ain't got time for it, babes. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing that up with y'all misogynist. I'm just going to cry because that's HATE speech. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here. Members cut off by the group if they speak out. And also members are cut off by the group. If say like if someone was buddy and friend with me, do you think that cult's going to be welcoming them with open arms? No, love. No, they're going to be demonizing them. All right. And on that note, I'm going to come back, guys. Fucking me. I'm going to come back and do our go into depth into these points. Yeah. If there is anything that you a lot would like me to cover. Oh yeah, that gal said she wants me to talk about youth pastors chair. I just remembered. All right. Let me come back and talk about go into more detail with the quick hard facts and whatnot. And then I'm going to talk about youth pastors and why they're a risk. Oh my God, this is a big tune. Are you all right? You lot. Are you really from the ends? Are you really from the end? That's why these lot want to try. Like, listen, we're the OGs. We ran so you lot. No, we walk so you lot can run. Do you know, the millennials, are you all right? But we're all their daddy and mummy. You know, all these young people, that's why they're so in the head, because it's been kids having kids. So like, for example, like me, if I hadn't ended up in the car, I might have been like a young mum. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not coming for young mums. You do our best. My mum had me young. I'm a result of a young mum, a young single mum. My mum had me at 19. So I'm defying the stereotypes, all the statistics or whatever. You can defy it. I'm not here creating stereotypes, but I'm saying the main reason why we have the epidemic that we have with all of the stuff that's going on with the young people, them being able to recruit all of these church cults like this, that, and the third, it is because they're more brethrens with their mum, and they don't know who their daddy is, and they're more brethrens, and their mum, the parents have just, we're millennials, we've just messed up the kids' share, a lot of them. All right, so I love you, and I'm gonna go, guys. I'll be back on later. I don't know how I got away with this live, but glory be to God. Follow me up. I'll be back on live. Follow my main account, Leah Lauder 7. This is a backup account. That one I put where I'm going live, all my content. I'm going to get some Mackie D's, and once I've eaten that a little bit later, I'll then come on the live. Love you, TikTok. I love you so much. Go and enjoy the sun. Go and get some, treat yourself. Oh, let's all come back with a little drink. You lot, go and get your drink. I'm going to get the cocktail bomb thing. What are y'all getting? Ooh, I might get some wine. All right, you lot, come back with your drink. That's what we're doing up when we come back, all right? Drink and snacks. Bye. All right, guys, do the same, okay? Oh, I've got related. They tried to say driving. How did they get dangerous driving from me sitting? Oh, because I've got the green screen. All right, guys. Love you, Instagram. I'll be back on later. Please make sure that you come back onto my live. It'd be lovely to see you. I'm going to go and get my Mackie D. So come back with your drink, your beverage. We're going to come back with our little drink. And we're just going to chat. We're just going to have a lit time like we do. Just going to have a litty time on our live. So love you, Insta. I'll see you soon. Love you. Oh my God, I love Instagram. YouTube, thank you so much for being here. I'm loving the community that we're creating. And I just want to say thanks for your love and support. I don't take this for granted. I'm really, really humbled and privileged to have such beautiful people like yourselves and survivors, like real life survivors. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you see this later on and you've watched it, please make sure you subscribe. Okay, it's really important. I want to have more subscribers than Daggy Mills. He's got about 300,000 subscribers, but I know the Lord will do it for me. I'm praying and fasting. All right, love you. I'll see you soon, guys. All right, I'll be back on later. Bye.